My wife saved my life that morning. I would have been dead, pure and simple. It was February, it was very cold, it was a very cold day, almost like this. I've got this sort of odd, sort of a heartburn feeling. And she said, well, what sort of a feeling is it? And I said, I'm just gonna go to the gym and work it out. It'll be fine. She said, well, why don't you give it a few minutes? I had no idea what she was thinking. And as soon as I walked out the door in that cold weather, I just gasped for air. I just took, just like this. I couldn't breathe. And there was my wife standing there with 4 baby aspirin in the palm of her hand. And she said, take these, we're going to the hospital. And she burst into the emergency room and announced, my husband's 55 years old and he has chest pain. Well, wow, you want to see an emergency department go to work quickly. They went right, they snapped to it. And suddenly out in the hallway, I hear a nurse come running in and say, his troponin levels have spiked. And I looked at my wife and I went, heart attack. I had no idea that I had been suffering for years from severe heart disease. When you're lying there waiting for something as serious as a bypass, you're feeling a lot of emotion. I've got one question, Doc. I'm trying to wrap my mind around this. 20 years in the gym for nothing? And he said emphatically, no, not for nothing. He said, if it hadn't been for that, you would have been, as serious as your heart disease is, you would have been dead 10 years ago. And my daughter said to me, do you realize what he just said? He's saying to you that if you hadn't spent all that time at the gym, at the YMCA, you would have never known any of your grandchildren. And they would have never known you. And at that moment, all those other emotions were gone, replaced by one overwhelming emotion for me, gratitude. And I took that one overriding emotion, that gratitude, and I took that with me into the surgery, all through my recovery, which is a difficult one, to have your chest cracked open, very difficult. And it stuck with me throughout the entire thing, and now that is the overriding emotion that I feel, gratitude.